It is estimated that 3 million presentations are delivered each day. A recent nationwide survey of more than 400 leaders and managers identified the 10 most common mistakes made in business presentations. It also discovered that over 90% of respondents did not enjoy attending business presentations. Hello, my name is Ian Henderson and I am a professional speaker. I have had the privilege of speaking to many thousands of people in the UK, Europe, the USA and Africa. I'd like to introduce you to the 10 most common mistakes made in presentations and ways of avoiding making them. The first mistake is that presentations are often too long. To avoid this, your presentation should ideally be no longer than the average adult's concentration span. Now this means keeping your presentation time down to about 25 to 30 minutes maximum, as after this the audience's attention span may well be tested and their thoughts will be turning to other matters, like getting a pint of milk on the way home. As somebody once wisely said, a presentation should be like a miniskirt, long enough to cover the vital things, but short enough to retain interest. The second mistake is that the presenter is too monotonous. Now to avoid this, you must make the effort to vary your voice in terms of its pace, its volume and its pitch. Remember that much of the emotion in the message is contained within the speaker's tonality, and by varying your tonality you will add emphasis and interest. Also, don't forget the power of silence by using pauses whenever appropriate. Mistake number 3 is to become too reliant on PowerPoint. Always make your visual aids your servant, not your master. I suggest that you should keep the bullet points on any page of text to a maximum of 6, and then to use a maximum of 6 words to support each point. Remember, the less is more philosophy, and don't overcrowd your slides with information, and this is especially true when you are using graphs to convey information. Please use simple reveals, preferably without sound, as fancy, inconsistent reveals can distract the audience's attention. Mistake number 4 is the speaker's lack of rapport with or understanding of the audience. As a presenter or speaker, remember that it's not you, but the audience that is most important. So you need to demonstrate that you care about them. You are there to serve them. Make sure that you keep good eye contact with them, because if nothing else, this will help you gauge their mood. Mistake number 5 is not having any obvious purpose or outcome for your presentation. Make sure that the audience knows what's in it for them. Give some thought to what they want from your presentation, or put another way, why should they listen to you? Mistake number 6 is that your talk has no hook or grab. As a presenter, you have just a very short time, maybe less than 2 minutes, to engage the audience's interest. So you need to make your opening memorable by getting them involved, maybe by asking or posing a question or giving them a fascinating statistic. But whichever method you use, please make sure it's relevant and supports your key message. Mistake number 7 is having no clear structure to your presentation. Now I often use the law of 3. Having got the audience's attention through a great opening, you need to have 3 key points to your message and then support each point with 3 sub-points. Also, remember to signpost where you are taking your presentation so that the audience can keep track of where you are and where you're going. The final part of the structure is to have an effective close, and I'll tell you more about that in the last point. The 8th mistake is not knowing your material. The message that you might send if you have to read excessively from your notes is that you aren't confident, and this can damage your credibility as a presenter. Now you can avoid this mistake by rehearsing, rehearsing and rehearsing. If you know what slides are coming up or what your next point is, you won't have to take your eyes off the audience for too long. Also, knowing your material is a great benefit because you will be more confident and appear so to the audience. Finally on this point, if you are guilty of reading from your notes too much, just remember that most people can read faster than you can talk. Mistake number 9 is to do with movement. The 2 extremes, no movement or too much movement, can have a negative effect on your presentation. A presenter who stands to attention or who does not move from behind a lectern might be sending a message that they are not confident in their abilities. However, too much movement is also off-putting, especially if you fidget with your hand or juggle coins, click a pen, or excessively move backwards and forwards on the spot. These movements can reflect a lack of confidence. So to avoid this mistake, make sure that you know your material really well. Also, you might want to video your rehearsals to spot any annoying habits which you might have developed. By moving about confidently and using hand gestures, you will add to your tonality and help you deliver a powerful message that has congruence and believability. The final mistake is to have a weak close. Now, no one expects you to do a Martin Luther King speech and produce tears in the eyes and lumps in the throats of the audience, but please make sure that your close is a powerful and natural conclusion of your presentation, clearly summarizing your key points and letting the audience know what is expected of them. So, just to recap, the 10 top presentation mistakes are: number 1, too long; number 2, too monotonous; number 3, too reliant on visual aids; number 4, lack of rapport with the audience; number 5, no purpose; number 6, no hook; number 7, no clear structure; number 8, not knowing your material; number 9, not enough or too much movement; and number 10, a weak close. There we are. You now know what the top 10 presentation mistakes are, and more importantly, how you can avoid making them. Thank you for watching my video, and I hope that you found it useful. Now it's up to you to take the next opportunity to deliver a presentation and knock their socks off by avoiding these mistakes. Good luck to you.